All right, guys, good morning. So this morning we're just doing a quick little water change. Not full auto yet. I still gotta mix my salt and whatnot in these little jugs. I need to get myself a trash can or whatever. It's water storage. I do have a RODI unit I got set up pretty good. I got the whole system. We got tanks everywhere. But so you guys are looking for a little update on Gordy's tank. They're still sleeping. He needs to do a little top off as well, but everyone's chilling. He's got his cichlids and pleco and some Danios. Whoo, his little zoomer. But we're just pulling some water out. Do a quick little water change. Like he's chilling. He's got his saltwater tank now too. Thing is pretty sweet. My tank wakes up a little bit earlier just because these lights have a super sick function, and I've got them fully set up and controlled and rocking. All the hair algae, we knocked that out. It's looking really good up here now. So I'm really excited about that. It's coming along really, really well. Just in time. This guy, stick this guy back down here.
All right, guys, so I just cracked the Modelo, and I myself am getting ready to do a water change here. We're gearing up to go out of town to go racing, so I want to make sure that the tanks are, you know, nice and water changed so that they're good while I'm gone. But yeah, so it is actually basically like 6 months on the dot from when we put this one together. So it's very cool to see it. You know, it's doing pretty good. Like I said, there's a lot of activity in this one. I think once some of these baby fishes start to get bigger, I'm gonna have to rehome them for sure because the bioload's gonna be too much. But right now, you know, there's only a couple of bigger ones. It's kind of these guys over here. So my process is probably not as complicated as Shane's. I'm probably just gonna take 1 or 2 buckets out, and usually my method is just filling it back up with the pitcher because, you know, we're simple like that.
All right, so I may have made a slight mistake, and salt water that I made is 1.30, maybe 1.25. So I need to dilute it real quickie. All right, so peep out Gordy's saltwater tank. So he's got a big old Duncan that he rescued from a rehab tank kind of thing, and then this torch came from me. I got a tank. That guy was getting out of the hobby, and I picked up his whole setup and everything, and so that's where these fish came from, except for the two clowns and the big tang he's got in here. There it is. But the damsel and the dotty back, and there was a pistol shrimp, or there is a pistol shrimp in here, and it's pretty sweet. He just has a little sump, auto top off. He's got some dosers and all this advanced stuff. His buddy Jose hooked him up with a lot of it, and that was pretty awesome. So he's rocking in a saltwater tank now, running the all-in reef. I think I'm going to swap over to the all-in reef just because it's a lot simpler and easier to deal with. I'm currently running the Aqua Vitro products, and it's just a lot of this and that and fighting, and nothing's really just dialed like what Gordy's got going on his dosers. I know I will have to dose magnesium and then the all-in reef, but check this out. I'm pretty stocked up on the mag, so I got the goods there, man. We are pretty much ready to rock. Things have been coming along super good for us in the fish game. I got a 4x2x2 Reefer XL, so I'm gonna have to show you guys that. 120 or 125, 110, something like that. Full sump stand, everything for free. Guy just needed it gone, and I had to take it all down. I had to do all the work, so I got in there as quick as possible and did what I could. That's where I got the big purple tang that's in here, and these two big maroon clowns that are down here. All the flower nems, some of these bigger flat rocks, and not this guy, but some of the bigger flat rocks down there that really made that tank come together.
Also, I figured I'd better talk about this one. So what happened was Gordy, he was working at the fish store for a little while, and I think a friend of the store's passed away, and she had a whole array of, you know, saltwater tanks, freshwater tanks, and they basically had to rehome a lot of them. So, you know, Shane and Gordy, they asked me, they're like, hey man, would you take on this other 30-gallon? I was having a lot of fun with that one, so I was like, you know what, we'll go ahead and do it. But basically, this tank has been running for like 4+ years, according to them. Whenever we went and picked it up, though, it had been pretty neglected for like the last 4 months because, you know, she had passed away. But basically, this whole back plant was very overgrown. So when we took it down, we basically cut all that down, emptied it to like a little bit. The shrimp stayed in there, and we took the fish out. But it was in pretty rough shape when we brought it. I'll put a picture of it on the screen, but you know, it's kind of bounced back really good. And this one, I mean, I've done maybe like a whole month without a water change on this one, and the water just stays crystal clear. It's got very good bones, and this one also has babies now. I don't know how I'm so good at breeding them, but I keep getting baby fish, you know. But yeah, we're gonna clean this one up as well. Maybe trim this plant back a little bit, but yeah, hang out with us and do a little water change.
Alright, so I got my trusty stool, and I am back siphoned a little bit out of this one. I'm siphoning a little bit out of this one into my empty jug, and then I'm gonna take the tap water. Of course, I'm gonna prime and do all the stuff. I know I need to set up my ROD. I just haven't yet, but I'm gonna take the tap water, dilute these, and then I got my prime them up. Should be good to rock. For now, I have had my tap water tested, so I know it's not full of ammonia, and it is tap water. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, tap water. But it works, I guess. All right. All right, it's running in. Actually, we leave this side on this one. We need to pull the feed. It's full. Thank goodness we did it just in enough time. If we would have pulled the return that time, we would have just kept going, but nowhere to go. Alright, so this is super salty water. 1.30, but only about a gallon of it. Gallon and a half, because the gallon notch is right there. 2 gallon notch, 3, 4, and 5. These are just about, that's 2 and 3/4. So we can get going back. I'm going to do a test with the fractor real quick and then see where we're at. Alright, so that time we saw what we wanted to see. Put my little dropper in there. And then my nice little towel to clean it off every time. I do need a feed at the end of all this too. It's my new battery backup from Amazon. I like it. Look, display. Tells me everything. 118 volts, all the jazz.
I ended up taking about 2 buckets actually, and you know, with the little siphon, I try to get as much of the stuff off the sand as I can. A little bit of a glare on there, but So I just gotta fill this back up and we should be good to go on this one. I think the water ought to look pretty crystal clear. So we'll do that and then we'll move on to this one. But like I said, this one I'm just gonna do the one because, like I said, this tank was together for like 4 years, and it kind of shows because, like I said, every single time I pull water out of it, it's crystal clear. The fish kind of thrive. Like, yeah, it does great. But hopefully the sun kind of stops being crazy here shortly and I can actually show you guys some of the shrimp and the other life in this one here.
All right, so now we start phasing water back in this tank, and so as the water gets lower, it doesn't actually, I don't have an emergency overflow. Like, this one's supposed to be my emergency overflow, but it overflows into this tank and then goes into this tank. And I mean, technically it does do that, but it does it all the time instead of just an emergency. And I need to work on that, and I am working on setting up and upgrading to that other tank, but with time, gotta get this all figured out first. So start phasing water back in down here. It's getting pumped up back here, but as this guy fills up, I need to start turning the pump up so I don't fill this sump all the way up, because it'll overflow in here and raise this whole level. Got my rig set up. So we're just siphoning away. We're almost up to the gyre. I think it had 5 more minutes or something. 30 seconds. Everyone's just chilling. You guys hungry? You guys hungry? Be nice.
Alright, so I got my bucket out of this one, and like I said, I think that's all the water change I'm gonna do. Like, this water is legitimately like crystal clear. So, I don't know. Might have to pour some of that into my Modelo. That's how clean it is. But yeah, I'm gonna fill this one back up and then we should be ready to rock. I mean, I swear every time I do a water change, like, the water just gets so crystal clear. It's beautiful. Yeah. Already, well, just like that, they are both water changed out and looking awesome. I guess I should mention too, when I got this tank, it came with a canister filter. So it had like a skimmer, everything. It was like very kind of high tech, and I was kind of just used to that. So, you know, I had a spare sponge filter, and I don't know, I decided to just throw that in here, and it's been working good. Like, I like the simple setups. I don't want these things to be like very high maintenance, and so far they've been rocking. I think all the shrimp are hiding because I was doing the water change, but yeah, man, this thing just glowed up right back to life. And we kind of joke that, like, if I didn't take good care of it, then you know, the lady that used to own it would probably end up haunting me or something. But I'm not being haunted, so I must be doing something right. Here we go. We got the filters plugged back in. I got flow at the top, which is why I cut some of these plants, get some of that flow going, and then I'm gonna feed these guys and call it a night. But yeah.
So now that we've got the water change completed, the blue light's starting to come on. This is freaking, everyone's awake. These guys down here all up now. Got some flower nems and another nem and a giant Aptasia back there. I'm working on that though. I got the Aptasia F. I just need to pull that rock out and attack. But so I fed, got the nori, and everyone's awake and looking good. My eel's still sleeping down in there. You can barely see him curled up, if maybe not. I don't know. I got my little mushroom right there. I want more mushrooms. I think it'd be sick to have a bunch of mushrooms along the flat here. But everyone's awake. The flow's low right now because I just fed. So we come over here, turn the flow back up, and everything be jamming. I have this one unplugged and off right now. I need to pull it out and clean it and stuff. It stopped spinning on its own, so I unplugged it before it did anything weird, and just gotta clean it and go through it. It's a gyre thing. But this one is rocking away. It's actually made for like a 300-gallon tank, so I have it pulse up to 100. Like it's not very often, but it's pulsing, sending waves across the top, and I think everything really likes that a lot. So we're chilling, doing good. Gordy's saltwater tank and stuff is chilling, doing good. He's got the little mini sump down here. I think I ran through it, not sure, but he's got 2 little heaters. All his dosing pumps, he's running all in reef. He's got the little wave maker and some stuff that we picked up with that tank teardown that we got. He's got a little auto top-off jug, return pumps down there. And yeah, he's got a little rig, a little setup. It's nice and clean. I like it. I picked up some stuff to kind of set mine up like his. So I got some hinges and stuff here. And then yeah, right here I got some magnets that are just like the ones on that door. So I'm gonna kind of set some up here, have some doors or something. I don't know. I'd like to finish the stand and make it look nice and neat, like Gordy's little saltwater stand. But I do have a nice Reefer XL in the back that I need to get to, and it'll probably trump anything that I ever do. The Oscars, everyone's chilling. These guys, Gordy feeds them after work, so they're like, "Are you gonna feed me?" But no, I'm not. I'm not here to feed you. These guys are awesome though. He's got his 2 big old Oscars, Danios and cichlid, red-tailed shark, this pleco. Everyone's just chilling, doing good. Doing good. I'm trying to get him to get some floater plants and stuff for it, but I think the Danios or something ate him, because he had 4, and now I don't see those 4, but that's all right. My cat loves getting up on his lid and playing with him, trying to stick his fingers in the hole. You see that? I better feed them. They're pissed. Well, I don't know, because Gordy's gonna get home and feed them, and then they're gonna eat twice, so I shouldn't. But they're doing good. They're loving it. They got their rocks, and there's little. I think that's because some of them are African cichlids, or maybe they're all African cichlids, but some of them are South American, I think, too. So I think he's got a little South American yellow lab cichlid down there, and some other cichlids, and he does have this guy here. He's healing. He got beat up. The little blue one is a bully, and he's a bully too. So they go at it, and he's healing and back in his little cage. But he's got everything going on here. So thanks for tuning in, checking out the tanks, doing a water change with me, and yeah, I know it's super blue, but you guys understand. I don't want to mess with anything. I could pull up my app and turn down these max ones, but then it'd still have all the blue from this one here, which I guess I could just, yeah, no, it's too hard. It's too hard. I put the wire back here. I want to do, so I want to turn this little thing into like a canopy almost, but also have some of those magnets on the front part here, so the front can pop off, and then I can get in here and I could be able to take these lids off if I made it just right. I could be able to take these lids off and everyone could come up and be happy. And I want to grow a mangrove tree out of this, but I don't want jumpers or my eel to get out. So I'm gonna make a sick canopy that'll cover, and then mangrove up. Oh, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that step. But for now, it's race season and we've got too much to do at the shop. So let's head back to the shop and get to work. So thanks for swimming with us. Like, comment, subscribe down below. This is GoofyBuilt, and peace out.